Hello everyone, John here, welcome along to another video. Now, I just played through there what we're going to do today. I thought we'd take a simple blues, alright, this is blues in C, and I'm going to show you how you can play over the changes in the blues just using the pentatonic scale, no arpeggios, nothing fancy. So you're going to take what you already know and you're just going to apply it a bit. So first of all, this is a blues in C. So we've got, it's just a standard 12 bar, all right? So it's C, 7, and F. I'm playing an F9 here, if you're not familiar with that. It's 8 on the A, 7 on the D, and then your third finger is barring across here on the 8th fret of the G, B, and E. And then for the G chord, I'm just going to move that up 2 frets. So we got a quick change. So it's just a standard 12 bar blues, all right? Now, what we're going to try and do, as I say, is solo over these changes using the pentatonic scale. Now, everyone knows this scale. All right, we're in C, so it's 8, 11, 8, 10, 8, 10, 8, 10, 8, 11, 8, 11. That's the scale we're going to use. I'm not going to come out this scale. So, when we're playing over the changes, what does that mean? Well, it means, unlike perhaps normal, if you're new to this, normally you just play this scale all over the top. So over C7, you play that. Over F, you play that. And over G, you're going to play that. So you're kind of ignoring the changes. You're just playing some licks that you may already know. But what we're going to do today is we're going to still do the same, use the same scale, but we're just going to think about what notes to land on, all right? So let me play a bit again, just so you can hear, just see if you can hear the changes as I play here, all right? Okay, so now what I'm doing here, which is different than playing licks, is when we're on the C chord, I'm going to play a C note. When I'm on an F chord, I'm going to try and play an F note. When I'm on G, I'm going to play a G note. So this scale that we know, it has all of those notes available to us. That's why it sounds good, but you may or may not be landing on the right one. All right, so let's see. Do we have a C? Yeah, here's a C here. There's another one here on the 10th fret of the D, and there's another one on the 8th fret, which is the same as that low E on the high E and the low E. All right, so that's good. We've got a C. Next chord is an F. So do we have an F? Yeah, we've got C, E flat. There's an F on the 8th fret of the A. You've got another F here on the 10th fret. And then that's it for your Fs, unless you bend this E flat note on the 11th fret up to the 13th fret here, but let's leave that one for now. Let's concentrate on this one. F. Do we have a G? We've got C, E flat, F. There's a G on the 10th fret of the A, so that's one option. The other one is there on the 8th fret of the B. All right, so if you start with a simple lick, now, did you see what I did there? I finished on the C note. So I'm finishing on the C note. So, then we're to the F chord. So really what we want to do see what I did there? I finished, I'm still using the pentatonic scale. So when the F chord comes around, I'm hitting that F note. So think of those chords in your head. So here's the C. That's the F chord. Going back to the C. So there, I'm going back to that C note. Okay, and all of these licks you do, you want to try and emphasize the C. So let me play a little bit. Let's see if we can follow these changes around. Keep these chords in your head. If you can do this without the chords, it's really good because you become much more melodic. That's the F. Back to the C. Back to the F. Back to the C. Now we're going to the G. Back to the F. Back to the C. Okay, so what did I do for the G? Well, there's a G. I said there was a G there on the 10th fret, didn't I? But there's an F, so F, F sharp, G. If you could bend that. I finished on the G there. Did you see that? I used that pentatonic scale. Finished on the G. So there you go, F to G. Now, if you think about a blues, when you're going, so it's going back to the F there, isn't it? So we really want, if we played this really basically, F, back to the G, but we want to kind of make it a little bit more bluesy, so F and back to the C. All right, so as you try and play through these changes, just try and think of those notes. If you can think of one area, C, and there you go on the 10th fret of the D, there's an F just below it on the 10th fret of the G, and there's the G itself on the 12th fret of the G, strangely enough. So as you see, I'm playing very simple licks. I'm not doing anything, technically fancy here. So let's have another go and I'll try and talk you through it. So and then I'll put on the backing track and try and play and explain as well. So without the backing track, let's play some licks. Going to F. Going back to F. That's C. G. F. Alright, so back to the C again. I didn't do the turnaround there. So, okay, let me put on another backing track and I shall play over that with the chord so you might hear it a little better. And let's see. I'll try and do some talking over the top and explain what I'm doing. Okay, so let's have a listen to this. Alright, so this is the turnaround part. And I'm going to try and understand this pentatonic scale. Might use these 4 notes, might do a few more. So let's see how it goes. I'll try and explain it. So let's see. Now I'm going to F. Back to C. Back to the F. Back to the C. Now we're going to the G. To the F. Back to the C. Okay. Let's go again. So here's a C. To the F. Now I'm going to go to a G. Let's try something different. To F. All right. So now, what I did at the end there, let me just take these headphones off, was on that last those last couple of bits, I was using the upper part. I was using that bit of the scale. When I went to the G that time, I didn't bend to the G. I went to another note of the G, which is a B. And then I mixed a bit of major and minor pentatonic. So the G is a good place to start, but there are other notes, as you can see in this chord, but we'll get to that in another video. But essentially, for this video, what you want to do is just take your pentatonic scale, see if you can work out where your notes are, C, F and G for the chord progression, and just emphasize those as you play. So I hope that helps. Do let me know if you've got any questions. Write them before. This is really for our blues group. I'm making these videos. So if you've got any questions, I'd love to help you. You know, so I'm trying to learn myself. So if you've got any advice, also for me, that's great. So anyway, see you in another video. Have fun.